Okay, let us get started. Howdy folks, Wondermyth here, and we're going to be playing more NecroBarista. I need to get my voice, and usually I do a little bit of reading first before I get to actually streaming the game, just to warm my voice up, but oh, I do not have my little avatar up. 2 seconds. I probably should have started that up first, huh? Any second now. Oh, goodness. I should put it on the be right back screen for a second here. Well, this is loading up. There we go. Anyway, I've taken to reading horror stories before I start streaming just to warm my voice up a little bit, because I tend to talk very quietly when left to my own devices. It's a flaw of mine. And behold the black square. This is my true form. Okay, there we go. And it should start tracking any second, and we can get going. So where did we leave off last time? I think we read this, the funeral thing. Yep, are we tracking yet? There we go. Okay. Cool. Well, and if you can hear dog noise in the background, that's because there's a dog in the background. Okay. So let's see. Talk to this guy. We're not going to continue just yet. We've done the doodle mode. Okay, and I don't think there's anything else down here to look at necessarily. So, let's go up here. And I think the next thing we're going to do is talk to these two nerds. Walking to the sky. Okay. Coffee. I should get a little coffee cup thingy and put it at the bottom of my screen here. I think that'd be cute. Alright, I have to actually click to proceed. Okay. This kid looks hella depressed. Oh no. Little robots are harassing him. Hey little guy, wanna play? Trying to give him a little soulless voice here. Fetch. Maybe we'll have an easier time grabbing this. What else do we have here? He ran his hand along the shelf and found another object to throw. A flat, dull ring of metal. Catch. The bot took its prize and left. Ooh. Anime noises. Oh, hey. She quickly broke eye contact, and her eyes started scanning the floor as if she was looking for something. Tuan, not wanting to bother the girl, turned back to the shelf. Fucking loser ass. Okay. She clearly had come upstairs looking for something, and it wasn't a conversation with him. I mean, okay, fair. But still, she seemed interesting, and he kind of wanted to... Okay, this is his thought here. He's like, oh, she doesn't want to talk to me, I'm so depressed, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Still, she seemed interesting, and he kind of wanted to talk to her. But again, she wasn't taking the initiative, so neither was he. Her attention was directed towards the floor, not him. So he was surprised to hear her voice again. Hey, yeah? I was just wondering, did you happen to see a ring here? A ring? Like a... Oh, like a ring. Or, Oh, like a ring. How can I get... I want to give him like a depressed emo voice, but I don't know if I can do that. Oh, like a ring? Yeah, I'm pretty sure I took it off and left it here somewhere. No, I don't think I remember seeing a ring that looked like that. She hadn't actually described the ring to him, he realized. Are you sure? It's just a simple metal band, no fancy etchings or anything. Metal band? The only metal bands I know are the Metallica kind. Oh my god, I fucking... Not like a Metallica kind of metal band. You know, like a piece of jewelry. Tuan suppressed an urge to get into the well actually argument about heavy rock versus metal, on which side of the divide Metallica fell on. You mean just a metal ring? Can't do an emo voice apparently. Yes, I'm looking for a metal ring that looks like a metal ring. Kind of like a washer, right? But smooth? I guess? Wow, he is just dropping very rapidly, like in her estimation here. Tuan's blood ran cold as he recalled the object he'd happily surrendered to the robot just minutes earlier. Yeah, I think I saw something like that. There was a little bot up here playing with some metal objects just before. One of them looked kind of like a ring. It's kind of a super surfer voice. Oh great, is it... Oh, you don't need to... It's no problem. I swear, I could swear it was right around here. It wasn't... sorry, I think it may have run off with it. Oh, you don't need to apologize. I mean, it's not like it was your fault, right? Oh... Yeah! He mentally cringed at the way he had said haha instead of laughing like a normal person. Oh... Well, thanks for checking. I'm gonna go see if I can find that bot. Yeah, very awkward. It's me. I'm sorry? I mean, it's me that's going to help you find that ring. Well, that's really not necessary. Tuan couldn't tell whether she simply didn't want to impose or whether she really thought she didn't need his help. He decided to shoot his shot. I've got nothing better to do, and I know this place pretty well. You're new here, right? Let me lend you my limited knowledge of how this cafe is laid out. If it's not an imposition, I'm happy to help. To be honest, she was a little imposing. Then again, the situation was mostly his fault. Well, cool, I appreciate it. I don't think I got your name, by the way. I'm Tuan. I'm Hannah. Aw. Walking. So, does this ring of yours have any special significance? Special gifts? Some kind of sentimental value? He hoped it wasn't. It's kind of a reminder of who I used to be. Back when I was going through my whole goth phase. Oh, she's a former goth. I used to wear 10 rings every day, if you can believe it. Now I just have one. Hang on, goth phase? Yeah, you know, goth rings. Didn't last long though. Turns out going full goth is super expensive. I guess I was drawn to the idea back when I had a brief obsession with death. I also wrote a lot of really bad poetry. Pretty cringe, eh? It's not that cringe. Can't judge a person by their poetry. And I was never a goth, but I've been to a few emo concerts in my time. Sure, but you don't go to emo concerts, so I'm... Sure, but you go to emo concerts, so I'm not sure you're a good judge of what's cringe or not. Oh. I mean, the lion's share of bad poetry is definitely written by teenagers. Speaking from experience, huh? You got any old Tumblr blogs I can look up? I bet you reblogged some real deep MCR gift sets. Oh, so story time real quick. My 2024 Spotify Wrapped, I got the top, I think top 5% of MCR listeners on Spotify. It might have been higher than that. I don't quite remember, but it was absurd. And MCR is, you know, a popular band, so I listened to a lot of it in 2024. There was a playlist with like all their songs on it, and I just had that on repeat while I was at work because I can just listen to music all day there. So 8 hours a day, like every day for several months, because I'm insane and I needed to like just something on in the background that I didn't have to like focus on. Yeah, so yeah. You got any really old Tumblr blogs I can look up? I bet you reblogged some real deep MCR gift sets. Don't worry, I'm not actually gonna try and find it. You've got plenty of chances to embarrass yourself in real life. She is savage. She's going for the throat here, holy shit. Keep the shameful posting hidden, burn it if you must. I don't think it's a bad thing to have written shitty poetry. The whole trying to find beauty in death thing feels pretty childish looking back. My emotions were turned up to 11 thanks to puberty. But I think there's more to it than that. I remember how it felt becoming an adult, but not being treated like one. Still stuck in the kid-friendly version of life. If you live out in the suburbs, everything is so sanitized. It feels fake. And teens run in the opposite direction of what's fake. We embrace the darkest thing we can find, which tends to be death. I don't know. I don't know if I really had that phase myself, but Anyway. I guess as teenagers, we don't usually have to confront death. Tuan kept his voice low, out of respect for the other patrons. You know enough about the cafe to understand that not everyone was here to have deep conversations about death. Maybe not most. I guess you could say I'm an exception. You want to ask a question, don't you? But you're not sure if you're allowed. That's a big assumption. Am I wrong? I'll take that as a yes. Audible silence. And I'll take your continued silence as further confirmation. Okay, you're not wrong. I just don't want to make you uncomfortable. The feeling's mutual. You're not sure you're allowed to ask, and I'm not sure I'm allowed to tell. You're definitely allowed to tell. Sorry, I don't mean to sound pushy. You don't have to tell me if you don't want to. Grow a spine. You don't have to treat it like a question that needs answering. Not a question, more an invitation. Right. Is she dead or something? My mom was diagnosed with leukemia when I was 13. My father typically vanished as soon as he found out. Oh man, this is kind of like this is actually a common thing in real life apparently, is like, if a spouse comes down with terminal illness, the other partner will be like, it's going to be too hard for me to deal with this. I have to leave for my own self, you know, for like the sake of my own mental health or something, which is super shitty. I mean, sure, I guess I can understand like not wanting to see somebody you cared about slowly die in front of your eyes, but it feels cowardly. It feels really cowardly to kind of like bail on them in like the time of their life that is literally the worst that could ever happen to them. And then you make it slightly shittier by leaving them alone to face their impending, painful, lingering death. Yeah, kind of awful. So, you know, I would definitely don't do that. Okay. I spent the next year dealing with the crippling abandonment issues, not to mention the constant dread. There was more to this story, Tuan could tell. But this was Hannah's story to share, if she wanted. That's heavy. Thanks for trusting me with it. It was a dark time, but that stuff's all buried deep in the past now, never to be seen by anyone else ever again. Unless you count my old Tumblr, which I forgot the password to, so I guess that'll be out there forever. A monument to my shame. I think you can send a takedown request. The site has to honor it. They send a message to the blog, and if it doesn't respond, away it goes. I've actually written about this a little bit. I was going to do a video about... it's not important. But basically, you don't necessarily have to come up with a solution to, like, a problem that somebody confides in you in. You can just say, like, yeah, that sucks, you know, or something like that. You don't have to go, like... It's a, you know, a natural reaction. It's like, you know, you can, like, fix that issue like this. It's super easy. They're not actually asking you to help them fix the issue. They're just, you know, expressing that they're frustrated with it, or, you know, think it's funny, or so on and so forth. So, but yeah, that's a whole thing. I wasn't really looking for a solution to that problem. You see what I said? You see what I just said there? Fucking, yeah. Just, I think this is mostly a guy problem. You're like, here's a solution to the problem you just expressed. Instead of, like, you know, empathizing with what they're saying. You know, some people will say if they want help solving a problem. You could maybe express, like, hey, if you need help with this, just let me know. You know, something like that, but you don't need to, like, you know, go white knighting and, like, trying to fix everything you come across. I wasn't really looking for a solution to that problem. But your advice sounds pretty useful, actually. I might give it a shot. Okay, turned out alright. I'm really good at offering unsolicited assistance. For example, this one time this girl came to me looking for a missing ring, and I told her I'd help find it. Wow, cool. I hope the story ends with you actually helping her find it. I don't actually remember how the story ended. But I think the big plot twist happened when we decided to study the bookshelf. Like the bookshelf we're standing in front of? Just so. Close-up eye shots, close-up eye shots. Can we stop now? I appreciate the commitment to the bit, but the ring's not here. The bookshelves had a few nooks and crannies a bot could hide in, or hide a ring in. Are you sure it's okay to move stuff around like that? It'll be fine, as long as you don't sneeze. Is it really that fragile? Oh yes. The shoebox ROG is not a plane known for its sturdiness. I'm sorry, I'm not sure I caught that. What's this thing called? The shoebox ROG, short for Rise Off Ground. It's a classic, capable of self-sustained indoor flight for up to 40 seconds. And don't tell me you know every model on these shelves. Nope, just the balsa wood airplanes. Super fragile, don't sneeze, throws it. When did you become such an expert? Summer camp. I guess preteen boys just find that kind of stuff fascinating. I sure did, and I'll carry that obsession to the grave. And there I was, worried I'd missed out on something important by never going to summer camp. Actually, you kinda did. Oh, wait, who's talking? I'm confused here. I'm sure that the physics of a rubber band-powered airplane... No, I mean like the other stuff. I'm not a big fan of archery or netball either. You really think people remember summer camp because they got to play with bows and arrows? I always figured learning how to fish or shoot an arrow was meant to be some kind of delightful experience. Sadly, it's something I never got to enjoy. The bows and arrows are probably the least interesting part of the archery station. The fun part is going to the archery station during your free time and running into a friend and saying, "Hey, I haven't seen you since breakfast." Breakfast is a really important part of the summer camp experience, huh? Yeah, well, yeah, it kind of is. We're all sharing breakfast at the same time in the same hall. You get to see everyone. To think I could have been inviting my friends to breakfast this whole time. If only we'd arranged to meet at an archery station. The arranging is a part that misses the magic. It's, serendipity. That's the good bit. Ooh, he knows multisyllabic words. Right, so you go to summer camp to have serendipitous encounters with your friends? No, I didn't know anyone the first time I went. And how'd you serendipitously encounter all these friends? You kinda just make friends while you're there. Sounds like hard work starting from square one. Actually, it's not. Crammed all together at summer camp, you fall into friendships like it's natural. You meet loads of other kids, spend every waking moment with them, and then never see them again. Whoa. And that's fun? Knowing that you'll lose these friends when you eventually leave? Yeah. When you've only got a little time together, you really go all out on making the most of that time. And more of that sort of mortality talk, impermanence of so and such. This is a necromancy game. Anyway, it doesn't look like the ring's here either. Good news is there's still plenty more ground to cover. That's good news? I'd prefer it if our search radius were a bit smaller. It'd be worse if we didn't have more places to look, right? If it's not here, no need to keep digging around. Walking. You're the first person I met who seems to see good in expiring relationships. I think part of me is afraid that all of mine are temporary. The opposite of that is much worse. For example, when someone new moves into your neighborhood, it's like, oh, we should have them over for dinner sometime. Sometime is meant to be next week, but then it turns into next month. And you keep putting it off until you eventually spent years living next door to people you know nothing about. There wasn't a sense of urgency to the relationship, so it never evolved past how do you do's, Like those people in your life who are always there. You take it for granted that they'll never leave, and forget to enjoy the moments you have together. Then you wake up and they're gone. The best friendships I ever had were the ones with a built-in expiration date. You've thought about this a lot. Yeah, I guess I have. Is that why you enjoyed going to emo concerts? She's got him. Holy shit. Savage, this girl. She's merciless. She goes to the throat at the slightest excuse. Sounds like a great opportunity to make a friend, spend a few hours with them, and then never meet them again. Okay, that's what she meant. It was kind of a one-time thing, really. I usually listen to music when I'm on my own. I still have the Fall Out Boy album I'd listen to every night while I cried into my pillow. Year 8 sucked. The music was that bad, huh? The lyrics made me feel pain and futility of my own existence. Excuse me, let me drink some more coffee. I don't know if you heard that, but my cat just sneezed. It was the cutest shit ever. A lot of my early teenage years were filled with this sense that nothing meant anything. When I listened to that album, it felt like I was staring into the abyss. The music wasn't bad either. Oh good, because taking shots at Fall Out Boy is fighting words. But I'm still wondering, if the album made you feel like shit, why did you keep coming back to it? I actually enjoy burying my face in my pillowcase and loudly sobbing as I'm overwhelmed by a creeping feeling of existential angst. I get that some people enjoy a good cry from time to time, but I think you might enjoy existential angst a little too much. No, you misunderstand me. I said I enjoy burying my face in my pillowcase and loudly sobbing as I'm overwhelmed by a creeping feeling of existential angst. That's the name of the third track on the album. What the fuck? Wait, is this some universe where there's more albums than we actually know about or exist in our world? I genuinely can't tell if you're lying or not. Lying or simply bullshitting? If I'm just trying to entertain, then it's not really lying. Maybe parody or satire or just plain old storytelling. Satire doesn't work if it's indistinguishable from the truth. That title isn't an obvious exaggeration. I'd expect that from them. What if I told you my favorite song of theirs was actually I'm Like a Lawyer with the Way I'm Always Trying to Get You Off? Holy shit. I'd assume you were trying to flirt with me, because there's no way that's a real song. And you assume it's a flirting attempt? Why? Well, it's suggestive. If I describe it with one word, I'd say it's lewd. And if I told you my favorite Fall Out Boy song was Bang the Doldrums? Crude. I've got a dark alley and a bad idea that says you should shut your mouth. Rude. This ain't a scene, it's an arms race. Feud. Our lawyer made us change the name of this song so we wouldn't get sued. That was funny. Well, that's all there is to see of the mezzanine. No ring, no bots, so I'm sorry I couldn't be more helpful. Don't be silly, you helped me check all the little nooks and crannies. And besides, you kept me company. Frustrated searching becomes a heck of a lot more enjoyable when you're hanging out with an alright guy. Huh, nice. Could be, yeah. That's a solid theory. Well, later. Just totally fumbling here. You gonna come with, or are we done looking for now? What if we, and hear me out here, what if we did not do that and just looked from up here instead? I've done enough walking for now. You want to sit down? Nah, sitting's overrated. I'm really into leaning against things. It's the new hip thing. You're terrible. Yeah. This place is pretty cool. It's alright. Interesting crowd down there, all types. Which of course means that we've got that... Oh wait, shit. Yeah, you're terrible, yeah. Place is pretty cool, it's alright. Interesting crowd down there. Which of course means we've got that one guy sporting the blazer hoodie combo. Like, hey, look at me, I'm so cool, but also super chill. Is he talking about himself? Wow, you're one of those guys, huh? Oh, I'm sorry, did I just dunk on your fashion pompadour? Fashion paramour? Now, those kinds of guys can be real douchebags. But what if he wasn't? He wouldn't be wearing the blazer hoodie combo. Oh no, the blazer hoodie combo is something that he has a deep sentimental attachment to. His father left when he was young, leaving him only his grandfather to look up to as a father figure. When his grandfather tragically passed, the blazer hoodie's older brother took that place. What? He loved his older brother, who ran track and was the coolest jock in town. The blazer was all he had left of his grandfather, and the hoodie was his brother's last gift before heading interstate for uni. But his brother was killed in a sudden car compactor accident that winter, and he never came back home from uni. So whenever our boy finds himself feeling lonely, he puts on his grandpa's blazer and his brother's hoodie, and he goes out to drink to their memory. Have you been waiting to use that this whole time? Now, I just like to think about people's inner lives. It's what I do on the tram. When everyone else is buried in their phones, I'm people watching. Damn. The only way I can get myself out of the house is by telling myself, nobody's watching, nobody cares. They're all in their own little worlds. And you have ruined my day. You brigand. I'll never walk free again. They don't see you. They see whatever they want to project onto you. That guy down there? Maybe he's just a douchebag. All we have are our theories. And those reveal more about us than anyone else, don't you think? I have never thought a day in my life, and I don't intend to starting now. Clearly, look, it's easy to play on stereotypes saying, that guy dresses like a wanker, but where's the fun in that? People aren't always what they seem. I like coming up with dark and macabre backstories, just the worst stuff. She's just like me for real. Darker than the one you just told? Yeah, but don't worry about it. Come on, you wanna? No, I'm not going to. Sorry, it's one of my rules. Some people find healing in sharing dark thoughts, but I don't think I'm great at gauging what's good for me when sharing. I end up oversharing and then I spiral and spiral until I'm in a bad place. So, no stories for tonight. Are you wondering if you're allowed to tell? Because I think we're at the point where you shouldn't have to wait for me to ask. My rule isn't to protect the audience. It's to protect me. And buddy, we're still at the point where there are still questions I'm not going to answer. Harsh. That doesn't mean I'm bothered by you asking. I mean, there are always going to be topics that aren't on the table. But you won't know until you ask. That's a good way to look at it. And here I was worried I'd ruin the mood. I've never shied from a somber mood. Look at how I dress. A mood getting dark and serious doesn't mean it's ruined. After all, some people like it dark. Yourself included? Hey, you can't have light without darkness, right? Oh my god. I think instance after I said this and realized what I had said, I would throw myself over the balcony in Minecraft. You just have to say in Minecraft, right? Anyway. Sounds like a Fallout Boy lyric to me. Good thinking though. That's why I start every day with my hands in the toaster. The rest of the day feels amazing after that. She's crazy for real. Why are they so far apart all of a sudden? I grew up north of Brisbane. Do you know what the weather's like? Is like there? No, but I do know that I like talking about the weather to get away from unpleasant topics. Oh goodness. Excuse me. It's downright tropical. Not a bad day in sight. Good weather all year round. Stormy days don't exist for the purposes of this conversation. But some days it'd be bloody gorgeous out, and I'd go for a walk and see no one out. Just a total ghost town. Sounds like a lame place to live. Yeah, kinda. Thing is, without bad weather, there are no good days. Every day is the same. It's boring. But here in Melbourne... Oh, shit. Tropical, blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, kinda. The thing is, without bad weather, there are no good days. Every day is the same. It's boring. But here in Melbourne, no one squanders a good day. After winter, we're all clawing at the walls for a hint of sunshine. And that's your case for dark and melancholy conversation? I mean, if everything's at a 10, it might as well be at a 1. There's no scale. I think I'd be perfectly fine if I only ever saw the happy parts. It's a contradiction, isn't it? People most obsessed with finding happiness always seem to be the most unhappy. Well, duh. We're so obsessed with pursuing happiness because they themselves don't have it. The opposite of happy isn't sad. I think it's emptiness or a general lack of feeling. You know, comfortably numb. Like clinical depression isn't just about being miserable all the time. You're not in a constant state of sadness, more like a constant state of nothing. Oh, goodness. Speaking from experience? That's a personal question. And I was hoping for a personal answer. You don't get to wax philosophical about your emotions and then suddenly clam up when I'm the one asking you about them. Medical condition goes a little beyond the realm of talking about emotions. Let's just say that I'm no longer medicated for clinical depression. No longer as in you were at one point? Yes, that was my extremely subtle implication. Great. Let's dance around the subject. I love that. Why make it easy? I need to stream earlier in the day, holy shit. You really love talking, huh? Is that a complaint? Not at all. It's just, you don't come across as quite so outgoing. I wasn't always. What you're seeing are the results of an extensive self-inflicted deprogramming effort. Holy shit, I need that. That's funny. I guess I can kind of see it, but I didn't want to assume given that you're... It's okay, you can say Asian. Fucking shit. If you're trying to deduce my childhood based on stereotypes of second-generation Asian kids, you're not far off. I'm sure she didn't mean that at all. Growing up in a household where being well-behaved was synonymous with being quiet and out of the way, you tend to end up pretty meek. I can't tell who won here. Is it a tied game? I don't know what they're playing. Is that checkers? Huh. When you talked about Asian parents, I was thinking more about, like, academic achievement. Oh, you're not there either. Like many immigrant parents, they want their son to be more successful than they are. But my mother was an MD and my father was an OD, and I'm not quite sure what's supposed to be another level above that. I don't know, nuclear scientist or something? Or who knows? Oof. Sorry about your dad. Doctor of optometry. It was a big disappointment to my mother's parents who were hoping their daughter would go for an... What the fuck is that word? Ophthalmologist? Ophthalmologist instead. Wow, that's embarrassing. I know, it sounds like I'm joking, but my family is the strictest of the strict. Like, graduate second in your class, then you have your mother tell you at graduation that you could have been first if you'd hit the books at a bit harder level strict. Dang, walking talking stereotypes, how dare they? My mom never dropped that shit on me. On our drives to her chemotherapy. Oh, pfft, fucking dickhead. Oof. I can't beat that. What, you mean you don't want to spend the day dwelling on the worst moments of your life? Come on, dredging up childhood traumas is everyone's favorite hobby. Oh, shit. Where's your sense of the macabre? Usually have to pay to dredge up my childhood traumas with someone. Alright, I accept cash, card, and signed photos of Brendan Urie. Alternatively, we can just talk about happy things instead. How do you like cats? Oh my god. All cats are bastards. How dare he? Agreed. How dare she? So much for happy thoughts. But they are happy thoughts. Cats may hate me, and I may hate them, but I like looking at them. That's probably my spiciest take. Tuan was enjoying the easy rapport he'd found with Hannah, something rare and precious. But with that... Oh, shit. But with that thought came a sudden sense of panic at the idea of losing this feeling, of losing... Ah, you stupid dickhead. He's been hurt before. He can't form meaningful connections because he's afraid. Are you okay? Yeah, I'm fine. Excuse me. You don't sound fine, my dude. Felt a bit uneasy on my feet there for a second. This place, it kinda does a number on you. You can say that again. This place kinda does a number on you. It was a lie. The anxiety in his chest clawing at his lungs wasn't an affliction brought on by his presence in the cafe. I need to work on my breathing. Holy shit. His fear of loss made him just like the rest of the patrons. I'm sorry I wasted so much of your time. What? You don't have to apologize for that. If you're spending my time, then I guess I'm spending yours too. And for a moment the two said nothing, simply enjoying each other's company. Hey, are you... Shh. Can you hear it? Hear it? Hey, got the ring. Here's your ring, motherfucker. Is this your ring? Yes, that's the one. Cute. She's a little taller than him, I think. No, he's just slouching because he's fucking emo shit. Great, guess we're done here then. Bye, never gonna talk to you again. Yeah, great. I'll, see you around? Sure, see you around. Get her number, dickhead. Tuan watched her go, regretting how quickly he'd dismissed her. His mind raced, searching for an excuse to call her back and continue their conversation. Was he meant to yell something like, "Hey, you've got spaghetti on your sweater"? With every step she took, the warmth in him faded until she was gone and he was left empty and cold. Damn it. Damn it. Oh. Ah. Poor bastard. Poor bastard. Tuan loved darts. People were hard to understand, but a dartboard was simple. Circles and squares and a sharp little missile thrown barehanded by him, a self-proclaimed dartist. He'd honed his skills on school nights, while his parents were too engrossed in their work to pay attention to him. It was a relatively quiet game when played skillfully, so it never made enough sound to draw their ire. What had started as a distraction was now a secret love. Secret because what self-respecting teenager played darts? The cool kind. But he was not a self-respecting teenager. Not in the slightest. Yo, I haven't seen you since breakfast. She came back. Ah, don't fumble it this time, you fucking jackass. Oh, hey. You know that would only make sense if we'd actually had breakfast together, right? Shut up. Are you some kind of chain-smoking darts hustler? I wish. So you're not going to teach me how to play? No. Oh my god, he actually said no. Nah, I'm not really any good. Dude, you just hit 2 bullseyes in a row. Yeah, that's the problem. Each segment of the board is worth a different number of points. Start with a fixed number of points, usually 501 or 301, and then you throw darts and deduct the amount from your number. The trick is... Wow, all my interest is gone instantly. How'd you get so good at that? She's savage. Just brutal. But that's awesome. Practice, that's the full extent of my darts knowledge. Anyway, so you're not missing out on anything. And besides, there are far more interesting things around here than this dartboard. More interesting than a dartboard? This stage just gets better and better. Then follow me. Where are we off to? What is it they say? Show don't tell? Ow. That dart hit me square in the face. I mean, that's just out the front door, isn't it? Where are you off to? This isn't our final destination. I have something cooler to show you. If you're talking about what's at the end of that catwalk, I've been there before. I came in that way, actually. The catwalk's not that interesting. Then where are you going? Going down. He just leapt off the edge. Fucking shit. You think you're funny. Often. But you know when you just want to eject yourself from a conversation? When you find yourself in a social situation you can't wait to get out of? Wow, rude. No, I never get the chance to make those big grand exits that I'm always dreaming about. Sometimes you just gotta seize the moment or whatever. You'd rather make a dramatic exit than keep talking? I'd allow myself to do it sometimes, as a treat. I allow myself to... Oh wait, what do you say? Let me reread that. Often, blah blah blah. Sometimes you just gotta seize the moment or whatever. You'd rather make a dramatic exit than keep talking? I allow myself to do it sometimes, as a treat. So what now? Making a grand exit wasn't the only reason I jumped down here. Oh, so that stunt wasn't the main attraction? You wanted something interesting. I'm just trying to deliver. Ooh, cool. I'd be impressed. You can jump down. I don't have the feet of an athlete. Bend your knees when you land. It'll soften the landing. The impact force will travel from your feet through to your hip bone. You're real eloquent when you've got a captive audience, aren't you? Yes, young cricket. Oh wait, shit. Come on. I need to stop clicking so fast. Yes, young cricket, don't lock your knees. The more you say, the less inclination I have to listen. You're talking paragraphs, my dude. Whatever. Hup. My method works. The robot's just staring at him like, what are you two fucking nerds talking about? Oh, what's this little guy doing here? I can ask you the same thing. These are the little wait bots that make up for the lack of employees in the cafe. They're all different. I love it. You think it climbed down here on its own? I have a name. I can't switch between his voices so much. His voice is hard to do. It's not outside the realm of possibility. I wouldn't bother it. Try and stop me. Poke. We probably shouldn't mess with it. You sure? Someone probably left it here for a reason, and now they're gonna come looking for it to find out that someone booped it. How'd you feel if you were booped by a giant fleshy creature? What? I'm just saying, this is a weird spot to find a robot. It might have been put here to do a specific job. I think it's bored. Can we take it with us? I really think we shouldn't. You're taking the robot. Fine. The robot's coming with them. Is this what you wanted to show me? Nah, this is still the journey. Oh, cool. We'll get there soon enough. Is it safe for us to be down here? Does it matter? We're young, indestructible. What, because we're young, we have to take risks? Yeah, actually. If the danger exists, I simply close my eyes and pretend not to see it. That doesn't work so well. But for real though, I don't think there's anything down here that hasn't already been stripped for parts. So we probably won't trip into a giant shredder or anything. Or be crushed by giant bouncing logs. If I see one coming, I will pretend that I don't, so that you can enjoy the surprise. You're so thoughtful, come on. Last one there's a rotten egg. You don't even know where you're going. Where we're going. Watch your step, you don't want to trip. Didn't you just say something about ignoring danger? I mean, I'm not an idiot. Who's talking? Okay, I'm getting confused by who's talking. Last one there's a rotten egg. You don't even know where we're going. Watch your step, you don't want to trip. Didn't you just say something about ignoring danger? I mean, I'm not an idiot. Could have fooled me. Rude. Actually, given the amount of jagged, rusty metal I'm seeing around here, we should probably be at least a little careful. Hannah? Oh, geez. What are you doing up there? Be careful. Looks safe to me. You never know what could be unstable or ready to collapse. Ha, I just look in the mirror for that. Oh my god. Okay, but for real? Why'd you bring me here if you were just gonna chaperone me to death? We're not at our final destination yet. Oh? Then what are we hanging around here for? Oh my god. She's going to die. Okay, she's fine. So what's the danger around here? Jagged, rusty metal. Tetanus, probably. It's not going to poke through your shoes, hopefully. But try not to... it's not going to poke through your shoes, hopefully. But try not to land on it with your face. Noted. Am I being too much? I should note at this point that I'm very bad at evaluating risk. Wow. Excuse me. Wow, really? Shouldn't have followed you down here. I'm going to have double tetanus by the time we leave. Not aiming for the triple tetanus? I try and keep my expectations modest. This is some grade A banter, by the way. I really like the writing in this game. Is this it? Yeah, this is it. Oh. Oh, I really need to stream earlier in the day. If this is meant to be more interesting, I have bad news for you. This hallway tells its own story. Well, it's too dark to read. There's just nothing happening here. I don't know, this is cool as shit. Why hasn't anybody taken the time to make this place nicer? Maybe the interior designer was into rustic industrial. There's no accounting for taste. What a cop-out. There's no accounting for taste? Hey, the human mind is complex. How am I supposed to know? The human mind is complex. Okay, Einstein. Well, actually, Einstein was primarily a physicist, not a neuroscientist. Smartass. Wow, you must kill at parties. Yeah, chicks dig me. I guess I could see it. Ooh. Huh? Careful, don't hurt yourself. Do I look like someone who's worried about hurting himself? You're looking more like one of those tour guides who has to walk backwards everywhere. They're not known for being prone to accidents. They're not known for being prone to accidents, are they? Oh wait, no. Who's... Okay. Careful, don't hurt yourself. Do I look like someone who's worried about hurting himself? You're looking like one of those tour guides who has to walk backwards everywhere. They're not known for being prone to accidents, are they? Hey, you never know. I had this friend who was touring on uni campuses. His guide was so distracted by walking and talking that he toppled right into a fountain. And what's more... Shit. Triple tetanus, here we come. Don't say you told me so. I shouldn't laugh, but, well, here I am. Laughing. At you. Great job, little buddy. Can I pet this one? Yeah, I guess. Uh-oh. I can't do that. Get back here, you little shit. Run away! Run away! Why did you do that? Why did I do what? Tell me it was okay to pet him. I thought you wanted to pet him. Yeah, I wanted to, but I wasn't asking for your permission. Humph. You just seemed really bothered when I said not to touch them. The other times, I mean. I didn't need your permission. I was asking your opinion. You know, since you seem to be such an expert on this place. Like, hey, any risk associated with what I'm about to do? Help me make an informed decision? So imagine my utter shock when I actually listen to you for once and literally get bitten for my troubles. I'm sorry. Are you okay? I'm fine. I'm fine. Audible silence. I didn't want to disappoint you by saying it would be a bad idea. Stop being a coward. Tell me what you think, not what you think I want to hear. Ooh. I'm sorry. You're forgiven. But that little milk bottle shit isn't, pinchy bastard. Hey, that little milk bottle shit tripped me first. Yeah, and it was hilarious. Well, I hope you've at least learned the dangers of backwards walking and talking. I have, but how about you? Definitely not. Ladies and Hannah, we've reached the final stop of this nondescript hallway. You're really gonna keep saying nondescript, Mr. Doesn't Own a Thesaurus? Dull, sterile, boring, boom. There's no better adjective than in my nondescript opinion. Ever read any Lovecraft? Half his monsters are so scary that his narrators couldn't describe them. He really took the easy route with that one. Yeah, no kidding. Who did? Lovecraft. Wait, that was his real name? Yeah. No wonder he was like that. What else would a guy with that name be known for? Crafting love. You got me. They emerged into a storeroom, shelves stacked with dusty jars full of mysterious glowing liquids. Hannah wondered briefly if any of their contents were edible. That definitely not. Is this like some crazy soul juice or something? Huh, oh wait, shit. Huh, why are these all the way out here? Try reading the labels. I can't read whatever language that is. It's Latin. Casual flex there, smarty pants. I have an ad hoc understanding of Latin, words, phrases, etc. I'm going to kick your ass. And you would be well justified in doing so. How long were you holding on to that hilarious Latin joke for? Since I read it on the internet, I wanted to understand the lyrics of One Winged Angel, so I was doing a bit of research. Latin nerds love their wordplay. My voice is gonna go out trying to read this shit. Can you actually read any of these labels? None of them say Sephiroth, so no. All I can tell you is that if you see Memento Mori, you probably shouldn't drink it. Is that the Latin word for poison? Remember your mortality. Now, I'm very aware of my mortality, thanks. So why the obsession with this particular song? It's from a video game. You wouldn't understand. One you played with your friends? Do I look like I have friends? Nah, single player. I'm not good at connecting with my peers. And I thought we were connecting pretty well. You think we're peers? Because it appears you're out of my league. Wow. Aw, shucks. It's true. Fuck. 3 cheers for low standards. Hannah's eyes sparkled when she laughed, and for once Tuan struggled to feel anything but warm. Yo, check out that one. Ooh, fancy. I already told you I can't read it. Yeah, but look at it. It looks like there's something trapped inside. Creepy. Shouldn't we do something about it? Why are you asking me? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh my god, thank goodness. Whatever's in it wants to get out. I'm not sure it's a good idea to mess with this stuff. What if it's a genie or something? Oh no, is that the sound of impending litigation? I guess I can't stop you either way. Uh-oh. Thank you. A warm glow suffused them both, then in a heartbeat was gone. Did you hear that? I think so. Do you think we did something we shouldn't have? We? Two hands so Two hands touched that jar, and they were both yours. You were at least an accomplice. I get the feeling we unleashed something. I got that impression as well. Was it a mistake? It was going to shatter on the ground anyway. I don't really think we changed the outcome of the situation. Well, even if we did set an evil spirit free, I'm glad we came here. I'm glad we came here too. You ever get the feeling that, like, you've already committed to a decision, but you're not yet sure if it'll lead to something great or something painful? Are we still talking about the jar? Yes, definitely. Let's get a move on. Sure, our final destination's right through here. Oh, goodness gracious. Ooh, very orange. Oh, what's with all this shit? Is this like the train that leads to the afterlife or something? Tuan's heartbeat thundered in his ears. Afraid of heights? I think it's perfectly natural to be a bit spooked when confronted with something that could be lethal. Lethal? Oh, he floated down. Nothing to be afraid of. Scared me for a sec there, hotshot. Oh yeah? He felt an absence when she withdrew her hand. When I thought to myself, I hope he's falling for me, this isn't exactly what I had in mind. But like, that doesn't seem pleasant. The fall, I mean, why jump if you don't have to? The gut-wrenching fear only lasts a few seconds. You get used to it. I can only imagine if she was totally flirting with him there and he's just fucking oblivious as shit. Oh my god. What I want to know is why you felt compelled to do it in the first place. I just wanted to feel something. Wow. Sometimes horror movies just aren't enough. I get it. Yeah, it's just, like I said earlier, better to feel something than nothing sometimes. Is that downtown? I think so. But I don't really catch the train into town that often. I don't recognize anything specific, but the Yar is there, so the rest of the city must be too. I guess the Yar is this big stadium thingy. Come to think of it, can you even see my mouse on screen? I don't think so. Reckon anyone can see us from down there? Dunno. The city looks so different from up here. Yeah. It feels lived in. Most cities do, that's why they're cities. People live there. But some cities just seem sterile, Housing estates and golf courses and toll roads on a grid, everyone commuting to their office job in a skyscraper that's the same as all the other ones. This one's pretty to look at. Is it safe to sit there? Look, if I could step off this platform, it would be crazy for me to be shy about letting my legs dangle over the edge. Oh my god. My voice. Sitting here like this reminded Tuan of being 7 and swinging his legs daringly over a balcony's edge with his friends. They got yelled at for it because it was dangerous, but the association I need water. But the association stuck. It had been a long time since he felt so carefree. At a glance, Melbourne's sprawl seemed vivid and meticulously detailed, but the more he tried to pick out individual features, the more his vision blurred. So what the hell is with this fucking cafe thing? It's like up in the clouds somewhere, is in like an alternate space, or what's going on here? It's obviously at a crossroads between life and death, but how do normal living people get there? Excuse me. From up here, everything ran together like unmixed paint. Everything was just an indistinct part of a larger whole. I thought I'd be able to see my house from here, but I can't. Actually, I can't recognize anything. I know it's Melbourne, but it feels like a dream. Do you think we're dreaming? I think it might be. It could be a figment of my imagination. Ha. I was thinking it was the other way around. I suppose it's all about perspective. Considering how many dreams end with the sensation of falling, this is certainly an appropriate place for it to end. I don't really want it to. Me neither. Kiss. If you just brought me here for us to stare longingly into each other's eyes, we could have just stayed in the cafe. I'm just enjoying the view. Very funny. So, when are you going to hurry up and make a move? Cute. What took you so long? Far easier to say something clever than to say something sincere. Cute. Wait, what? Oh no. Trauma. Oh no. What happened? I lied to you earlier. About what? Remember when I told you about my mom's leukemia diagnosis? Oh, she's not alive, is she? I was 13 years old and my dad left us because of it? Yeah, I remember. It wasn't the whole truth. She wasn't the one who got the diagnosis. Oh, fuck. She's dying. Or... This hair isn't mine. 6 months of chemo wasn't kind to me. I felt like a fraud every time I wore someone else's hair, so I bought this from a costume shop. If I was going to lie to the world about having hair, it might as well be something dazzling. Awkward sounds. Can you say something? Please? I guess it's not a surprise. You only make fun of people when it's trivial stuff. When you started cracking wise about cancer, I started getting the inkling that it wasn't about someone else. That obvious, huh? Not at first, but I feel like I've gotten to know you well enough by now. You interrupted something. Yeah, I was going to... I know. If you still want to, Sorry, mood's dead. My fault. Need to reset the scene. How about we go for a walk? I think that'd help. Heavily pixelated shadows. As the last vestiges of the terminal faded into the distance, Tuan realized they were entering a world of their own construction. There were no rules here. They were well and truly free from everything else. He didn't know what they were walking towards, but in the end, did it really even matter? Excuse me. For a fleeting moment, Tuan felt oddly at peace despite everything. Hannah had trusted him with her true self. But with affirmation came fear. Fear of what came next, of the moment after that, and the one after that. He closed his eyes, suddenly finding it hard to breathe. Hannah's gentle touch on his back pulled him back to reality. Are you okay? I'm fine. It was just an anxiety attack. Don't worry about me. Just? Was it the height from sitting on the edge? No, they never happen when I'm there. Never. It's only when everything's fine, when everything's safe. Because when everything's good, I know it only takes one bad moment to bring the whole house of cards crashing down. Was it what I said before? Not what you said. What I didn't say. What didn't you say? Come on, say it. I knew. I've known cosplayers. I can recognize a good wig. You knew? Yes. I wouldn't have had the courage to keep talking to you otherwise. What the fuck? The best friendships I've ever had were the ones with a built-in... Oh my fucking Christ. The best friendships I ever had were the ones with a built-in expiration date. That's pretty fucked up. Yeah. Yeah, okay. I think I get it now. All Tuan saw in her eyes was betrayal. Yeah, no fucking shit, dude. You fucked this up. And that's a fucked thing to say. Holy shit, dude. Is that what I am to you? A girl with an expiration date? Fucking shit, dude. Holy fuck. How to fumble catastrophically. Holy shit. It's not you, it's me. I'm so used to people being transient in my life. It wasn't so scary to talk to you if you were gonna fucking die. Like, holy shit. I'm sorry. I brought you here because I wanted to feel normal just for one night. I wanted that too. Then you fucked it up. Leave everything behind and feel normal even if only for a few hours. And I did. Thank you. Oh, okay. Is everything fine? Hannah? Tuan felt them teetering on the brink of something. What was she feeling? The same dread? The same longing? Aww. Tuan felt Hannah shaking in his arms, hot tears soaking through the fabric of his shirt. But not just her tears. He realized he was crying with her. Tuan wished a train would pull up to the platform to whisk them away, so they'd never have to return home. He knew Hannah felt the same way. That's not how life worked. Are you ready? As long as it's with you. Just don't let go. This is so fucking cool. Hannah's fingers dug into his skin in the first terrifying seconds. He couldn't blame her. Upside down, falling like a rock towards the center of Melbourne, Tuan saw something new in Hannah's eyes. That was so fucking cool. It seemed as though the wind had stolen their words, leaving only silence. They walked in lockstep, each dragging their feet. I don't think we can walk any slower. Try me. I can do this all day. You came out tonight looking for something very specific. Yeah. I'm not sure that's me. I think it might be. But if it's not, I guess I'm okay with that too. Holy shit, that was so cute. Okay, it's still going. Okay, never mind. This might be the whole fucking session here, is just this little side story. But that's fine, this is a really cute side story. At first glance, Tuan thought the shelves of jars were just thrown together afterthoughts, nothing more than a forgotten mess. But now I realized that each jar seemed perfectly created for its contents, as if they were made for each other. Aww. Hannah seemed far away, perhaps also thinking of the jars. Or perhaps of something else entirely. You think I'm carrying around a lot of pain, don't you? Audible silence. Hard not to after all this. But it's not you. I've been thinking about myself. I assumed you were carrying a lot of pain, not because you did anything to make me think that. It's just easier to cope when I assume everyone else is going through the same stuff I am. That said, I reckon I've figured something out about you. You like me. No way, I thought this hand-holding business was strictly platonic. I want my money back. I just gave you a new piece of information, you dingus. What, did you expect me to do the same flowery, I like you anyway speech? Oh, shit. I like you anyway speech? So that's not really my thing. You've got baggage. That's part of who I am. You don't get to pick and choose. Wait, did he say you have baggage or like... Wait, what was that? Yeah, you've got baggage. Like, fuck, man. That's part of who I am. You don't get to pick and choose. And that's okay. I like you. I like all of you, Hannah. Every little thing that's ever happened to you has shaped you into the person standing next to me. And I really, really like that person. You're right, I don't get to pick and choose. So when I say, I like all of you, I want you to know that I meant it. You're not the first person who's ever told me something like that before. But you're the first person I believed. The worst way to lie to someone is to tell them what you think they want to hear. Yeah, you get it. So fucking cute. And tragic. Also that. But, you know, life's impermanence and all that. Loading screen, loading screen. Loading screen. Okay. And we're back. Will they walk out of the terminal together? Are you ready to do this? I'm ready as long as you're doing it with me. Then don't let go. Tuan waited for the moment he knew was coming, for Hannah's form to fade, as all spirits did upon leaving the terminal. No. Oh no, no. I thought she was, like, still alive and got, like, you know, like her chemotherapy. Oh. No. No, that's so sad. Why? Okay, she's still there. Holy shit, okay. But the moment never came, and there she was, on the other side. Her warm fingers intertwined with his. Oh, I thought you were dead. Are you? I'm still here. I go in for my last round of chemo tomorrow. So are you gonna hurry up and kiss me already? Smorch. She is taller than him, I think. That's cute. Tall women? Awesome. Loading screen, loading screen, loading screen, loading screen. I don't blame you. Maybe one day soon I'll be able to stop blaming myself too. You can now speak to Tuan and Hannah to experience the side story, Walking to the Sky. Okay, yeah, it's just saying we could do that scene, because it reloads the scene after that. Oh my god. Ugh. Let's see, what time is it? It is 9:19. A good hour and 20-minute long stream, maybe hour 30 minutes. I am still working on my endurance. It is not very good at the moment, and I've done a lot of talking. So I think that's probably where we are going to end it for tonight. So I really hope that all of you have enjoyed the stream tonight, and I will catch you next time. Bye. Oh, that's be right back screen. Alright, bye for real.